right, what's up everybody? Just going to do a quick little video demo walkthrough of the Privy AI website and the Privy AI Chrome extension. It is now available for Chrome, Brave, and soon to Microsoft Edge. It's on the Chrome web store and will be posted to the Edge web store pretty soon. What is it? So the whole premise of Privy AI is to be able to break down privacy policies, terms of service pages, giving you plain English summaries and risk assessments in seconds in plain English, which is kind of the key here. So, as you navigate websites, or if you're installing or downloading, different things to your computer, you can actually scan the documents, scan the installers, and do a bunch of different things to try to understand exactly what rights you're giving up, what kind of data you're giving up, how your privacy is being impacted, and some action items for things you can do to try to mitigate those risks online. So we use a GPT-40 engine, and actually real quick what I'm going to do is let me get I'm gonna post this link to Facebook real fast. Bear with me. All right, so I just shared the link to Facebook. So here's the features of Privy AI. It's a GPT-40 powered language model that basically will parse different text that it reads on the websites that you visit. And we've got some keywords that we've pulled out that will help it identify legal pages. But when it does identify different legal pages, what it'll do is actually prompt you and say, hey, we recognize the page is scanned, and when you initiate a scan, it'll automatically download the entire page's worth of legal document, whether that's a terms of service page, privacy policy, credit cards, and then it'll send it to our AI prompt with OpenAI, and then it'll bring back a result. And within the results, we've got a bunch of different things that you get within the app. So basically, the first phase is the smart detection phase. There's a multi-phase validation for legal pages. There's an enhanced React app capability and hydration timing for some of the other pages that we use. And then there's the extraction and processing phase, which basically is a safe text extraction using prioritized DOM selectors. And then we provide an AI analysis in GPT-40 Mini with theme-based personality transformations, including Privy Mode, which is something we'll get into here a little bit later. So we've actually got a free tier. You get 10 free scans a month, and then we've got a paid pro tier that you can pay $6.99 a month or $69 for the year, and you get the pro features. The unlimited analysis scans, the installer analysis, the context menu analysis, which is text-based analysis, the AI agent chat feature, and our beta feature, which is the legal page discovery, which I'll show you. I'll do a demo of all these different things. But, for free, you also get the analytics dashboard, the intelligent caching features, as well as Privy Mode. So one of the cool things about this app is that it is a privacy-first app, meaning that everything that you scan, other than what you send to OpenAI for our API calls for the legal analysis, is all stored on your own computer in the browser on your computer. So we don't actually store anything in the database. So just something nice that it is a privacy first. So when you delete your cache or you delete the results, they're actually gone. And then you just have to opt into the OpenAI privacy policy agreement to use the app. So like I said, you install the extension, you browse, and you get analyses based on the sites that you visit. So here's a little bit of pricing. So this is just the landing page that I'm showing you here. And then we've got the extension open on the side. FAQ, and we've got some sign-up stuff. So not only do we have the side panel, but this is a dual UI meaning we also have this pop-up. So it's a drop-down pop-up version of the side panel. Within your settings, you can actually go through and select which option you prefer. So anytime you go back, it'll automatically open in the UI that you select. You can set your display name, turn on, if you're a pro user, you can turn on your legal page discovery option here. Within the cache, it will show you all of your different results from all the different scans that you have, your cache size, and give you some options for keeping your cache clean. The help menu just basically goes through and tells you how to use the app, how to use the extension, what some of the things mean. So this is just good information for people that are new to the app, and you can spend some time digging into some of that. And then the About section, which basically is just the About section. It'll show you and tell you a little bit about the app, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and the features that you get. All right, and then up here we've got this is how you switch back and forth to the pop-up and the side panel. And the other option that we have, the other button we have, is this little toggle up here, and this is how you actually change from light mode, dark mode, and to Privy Mode, which I will definitely get into the Privy Mode later. For now, we'll just leave it in the normal mode. One of the other things that's really cool about the app is that you get this full dashboard here, where you can actually go back through and re-look at any scans that you've done previously, so that you don't lose anything, and you can back everything up into a JSON file and re-import it. So it's really cool that you can go back in, and then you've got the chat history feature that we're rolling out for pro users, which actually should be working, but we'll have to investigate this a little bit further, because I am a pro user and I should be getting this here. So we'll fix that. But anyways, let's go on. So if we go to Discord.com, you can see that the side panel does nothing. There is no legal document detected because we're not on a legal page, we're just on a home page. But what I can do is, with this beta feature, it'll automatically detect the pages that are on Discord that have to do with legal documents. So I can just select any of these legal documents here. We'll go to the privacy page. And as soon as I do, it'll detect and then automatically start analyzing this page. And within a few seconds, it'll give me an AI analysis of the page that I'm scanning. And depending on the tier, you'll get a little bit of different results. So basically, free users will get summaries, takeaways, the social sharing, and then pro users will get all of that plus the comprehensive report, which is a detailed analysis, action items, how your rights are impacted. So we'll just wait for the scan to finish here. The scans to OpenAI take about 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds. It's something I'm working on. We'll let this wrap. It also depends on the length of the document. So we'll see here that this is a medium risk analysis based on the app. We've got a medium risk score, 33,000 characters were analyzed, and the complete document was scanned. Here's your summary, your TLDR. Again, it'll just basically tell you a little bit about what we found with our analysis, the flag clauses that we found within the document, the quick takeaways of what we found, and then the one of the things I like is the share your findings, which is actually the most egregious terms that are actually automatically turned into an X post that you can post directly to Twitter with some terms of service hall of shame hashtags and some other hashtags. And, so here's the comprehensive report, comprehensive analysis. So basically this is more of like a friendly breakdown of what we found versus like some of the actual just like bullet point stuff. And one of the cool features we recently added was this ask questions option. So now I can actually go in and get some really specific, give me some how my data is used on this app. And now you can actually go in and directly talk to our AI agent, which uses the context of the analysis for information. So when you ask it questions about something specific, it will be able to give you a specific answer as long as it's within the context of the document you're asking about, which is pretty cool. So like this is really handy when you're scanning like credit card terms of using the credit card where you want to know, well, what does my rate go up to in how many days or how many months. It'll actually be able to go in the document and say, your APR will go from X% to X% at this date, or whatever their terms actually are, which is pretty sweet. So I can close that chat. Great. If I go to my dashboard, I'll see that our new analysis is here. Our privacy policy from Discord, and here's all the stuff that we found in our dashboard. Pretty great. So one of the things that I like is not only do we have this dark mode, but we also have what I call Privy Mode, which if you aren't familiar, Privy is also another name for an outhouse. So I thought I'd turn it into something fun and do some cool scans with a little bit of a bathroom humor twist here. So we're just going to directly visit a meta terms of service page, and the app automatically detected it. We're going to break it down, and Privy Mode is going to give you the same quality legal analysis, but with a bathroom-themed twist, with an ode to our Privy-themed name. So we'll let this finish, and we'll give everybody a little bit of a preview of what Privy Mode does. There's a bird right outside my window. All right, so meta terms of service came back as a high risk document. So basically that means that we have flagged a couple high risk clauses that have made it a high risk document. And so here's what I'm talking about. It starts off with, these terms really stink. By using Meta's products, you're agreeing to let them show your ads based on your personal data, and oh boy, they can change the terms whenever they want. Don't get dumped on by this agreement. Know what you're signing up for. And again, you can see some of the bathroom themed, the Privy Mode themed responses here, even in the social. Everything's got like a little bit of a bathroom humor twist to it. All right, let's dive into the lieu of meta terms of service. So I thought that was kind of fun. That was something that, right early on, I was like, oh man, how do we play off of this and, turn it into something that could be a viral moment of sorts. So that's really kind of a breakdown of the app and what it does. And, after you do your analysis, you can always go back and do a fresh analysis, which will basically just take the same document and then rescan it. And it'll give you some fresh takes on the document. But actually here, real quick, I will go and do I'll show you a couple of the other features here. I'm going to do a full refresh. We're just going to start right at the base of the Privy app. We'll reboot here. So here you can see that the app didn't really pick this up. We're not on a terms of service page, but there's actually some stuff here. So what I can do is I can highlight this and do it one of two ways. I can copy it and paste it into my text analysis here, or I can do it the fun way and analyze with Privy, which is the context text analysis that was mentioned earlier. So we're gonna analyze this text here in Privy Mode, mind you. The chat doesn't have Privy Mode attached to it yet, but I will add that here pretty soon. But with this, I should be able to ask it, so we can see here we've got some very specific information, right? 0% for 15 months, 18 to 18.24%. to 27.24%, holy crap, after the 15 months. So when I come back and ask it some information about this, it should be able to give me some very specific and pointed data in part of its response. So my initial text analysis tool gave me 5,013 characters, and we'll compare that to what our text analysis tool, the context text tool, is going to return as well. It should be the same. And I'm just getting into a loop here. I opened up both of those texts and I don't think the app liked that. So I'm just going to do a full refresh here. Close this. All right, we're going to analyze with Privy here. So we're going to break down this text. Should just be a few more seconds. Let me try this one more time. And this time I'll actually just put it into my text analysis tool directly. I wonder if the Privy Mode isn't actually connected to the text yet. It should be. Let's see what it does. Nope, didn't like that either. Let me try it in normal mode here. Full refresh. Refresh this. Analyze the text. I'll definitely have to fix that. That would be a legitimate bug. There it goes. So maybe something specific to the Privy Mode there. Yeah, let me open up the chat and just say, tell me credit card APR percent changes. And great. Here's a breakdown of the APR changes. It pulled out some of the stuff we saw from the beginning. Gave me the cash advance APR change. Awesome. What else can you tell me about identity alerts? This card. You can see that we have an identity alert section here, so it should be able to tell me a little bit about what this is. And yeah, daily monitoring, and then it gives me some brief explanations about what it offers. So pretty cool. A couple little bugs I gotta work out, but no biggie. But the text analysis tool is pretty great, pretty easy, especially when it works. Pretty great, pretty easy. And then yeah, same thing. You know, you get the same quality responses from any of the scans that you do. We go over here. Here's our manual text analysis. You know, here's all the text that we analyzed, all the responses. So yeah. And the last thing that I'll show is, I'm going to start on a new tab here. The installer scan. So here you can actually drop in a document, Word file, PDF, and you can analyze different legal documents or whatever. But you can also scan install files. So actual app install files. So I'll just pick an app here. We will just go with, let's go with VLC player. So what it'll do is upload the file. It'll parse out the legal document from the analysis or from the installer, and then it'll analyze it just like another legal document. So the upload is complete, and you'll see some Progress UI stuff happening in the background. Now it's processing the document. So this is really what the entire app had kind of started from, was the ability to kind of see like, hey, when I install an app, you know, what am I having to agree to? And so for this particular app, low risk. It's VLC player. There isn't a whole lot going on. You know, it's telling you the VLC player is a straightforward executable. There are no real risks involved using VLC player. Sweet, perfect. But let's try another one. So we'll actually just close this here. So let's try a document this time. So here's a legal document from Spectrum. It's very long. I think it's like 150,000 characters or something. And I just dropped this PDF in, which is, you know, how the majority of people might actually use this app, is with a PDF or a Word document, or a text file, whatever you've got. But same thing, you know, you drop in the upload, the file, it'll upload it, it'll parse the text, and then it'll analyze it with the same legal analysis that it uses for the other analysis types. So we'll let this finish up. And should be almost wrapped. This is a big one. I know this one takes a few extra seconds to complete. The speed of this is something that we're working on, but when you're doing API calls like this, you're sort of at the mercy of whatever processing time, you know, the service that you're connecting APIs to uses and what they're working within. You know, so different times of the day, you may get faster times versus slower times. We'll let this wrap. Man, those birds are really something. And here it is, 139,000 characters. You know, here's Spectrum's terms. And the complete report. So, yeah. So, pretty cool. I'm super stoked on this whole thing, and you can save the report into a text file. So when you open up the text file, it just basically gives you something like this. You know, everything that you had in your results, just export it in a text file. And there's other ways to back up the analyses also. So lots of ways to use this. And then here's like what some of the stuff in the pop-up looks like. So all the same functionality, you know, just within the pop-up form. So you can go ahead and pick and choose which UI is best for you, you know, depending on what you like. They do function slightly differently, but they all have the same features. You know, here's what the chat looks like for the pop-up. What should I worry about with this service agreement as a business? And here's what it thinks I should worry about. And if I had some specific questions about it, I could really get into the weeds of why things are the way they are, or what have you. So, yeah. This is the app. It's getprivy.io is the website. You can come here and check everything out. Go to the web store. It's super easy to install. It's 3 clicks. It's free. If you really want to play with it, direct message me and I will give you a free code for 1 month of usage for free. You know, use the hell out of it, and let me know your thoughts. But for now, that's all I've got. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next demo.